Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. So today I have a quick video for you on how to send crypto in the cheapest manner possible. So this is a channel about debanking, and debanking, in my opinion, is going to involve the use of peer-to-peer trading, whether that's going to be on a crypto exchange or whether you're dealing with someone directly over Telegram or in Discord, or maybe you're just sending funds directly to a vendor, someone that you're purchasing something from online. And I don't know if you've noticed, but there are many online vendors right now that are accepting cryptocurrency, and they'll have a big drop down list of all the ways that you can send cryptocurrency for them. So you want to automatically have in your mind the exact method you want to use to send cryptocurrency to that person in the cheapest manner possible, and this is a video that's going to help you do that. So this video is going to be split up into all these different methods, not just by the cost of sending those funds, but also how widely accepted they are by vendors and just by the average community. And this is coming from someone who's been peer-to-peer trading for a long time, so I have a pretty good gauge on what is accepted and what isn't accepted by the wide community. So I'm sure there's some random obscure coin on CoinGecko that's like in the top 300 or something, and there's like zero fees, but I'm just going to go into the things that most people are likely to accept. Now, the first one that I actually want to mention is going to seem maybe a bit counterintuitive to you, but that's actually not even sending a cryptocurrency per se. It's actually sending something called Binance Pay. Now, I'm not a huge fan of KYC and all that, but the reason why I want to bring that up is because if you already have a Binance account, you have access to this function on your account where you can send, it's basically an internal money transfer that you can send it to someone else. And let's just say you've only got Bitcoin in your wallet, but you want to send someone USDT, that money will automatically convert with no fee, and it will go directly to the person you're sending to. And the person only needs to send you their Binance ID. They send you the Binance ID, you put it in, and you can send them the exact amount of money that you want, really for zero fee, and it's instantaneous. So the reason why I bring this up, even though, again, I'm not a fan of KYC, and I would prefer if this was done off an exchange, the reason why I recommend it is just because if you already have Binance, just understand that most people also have Binance as well. So if you're dealing with someone, let's just say on Telegram, or you want to send funds to someone in an instant way that costs zero money, and you want to send it to them with in any currency that they want, without having to go through the spot exchange and trading funds or whatever, just use Binance Pay, and it's a very, very effective way of trading. And if you don't have Binance already, you can use my referral link in the description below, so you can sign up, you can get a special bonus. Now, the second way that I want to show you is just simply sending USDT. However, the question is, what chain should you use? Because there's a number of different chains. There's a number of different blockchains you could send. Originally, all we had was ERC20. That's Tether on the Ethereum blockchain, and you spend as much gas fees as you would as sending an Ethereum fee. But now no one ever really uses ERC20 to send tokens. You know where it's all at? It's all TRX. Justin Sun, the madman, has done it, and I would say it's probably got the highest volume of any stablecoin trading on anything else. I don't even know what metric to use to explain how much of a big deal USDT TRC20 is. So to break that down for those who think I'm just speaking gibberish right now, TRC20 is the blockchain of Tron. Tron is an altcoin that was supposed to be multi-purpose. I don't think anyone really understood what it was originally going to be used for. I think gaming was the original narrative in 2017, but it's become a base layer for sending for stablecoin transactions, right? And the reason why I recommend it, even though it's not the cheapest, is just because every single vendor, every single trader, any person you encounter is always going to accept USDT TRC20. Many won't even accept Bitcoin, and that's something I want to explain to you, and the reason why I'm doing this video, because many of you who are watching might be Bitcoin maxis and you don't like getting involved in this. I mean, if I talk about this stuff at the Bitcoin maxi groups, they'll laugh me out of the room, which is actually insane. But the reason why you should take it seriously is because people who peer-to-peer trade, people that accept funds, people that want to deal with you, they aren't going to deal in Bitcoin. And it's because they have to send those funds somewhere else, and often it's just going to cost them money. And then even from your own perspective, maybe if they do accept Bitcoin, many of them will, the question is, do you really want to spend like $10 in fees, $20 in fees? Do you really want to wait 30 minutes while the other person waits around thinking he got scammed because you sent funds like 30 minutes ago and it still hasn't arrived? Bitcoin transactions are just an absolute pain in the ass. So we're trying to get around that. And USDT TRC20 has the most trading volume out of anything else as far as I'm concerned. When it comes to just one person sending funds to another person for goods or services. I really think, like in the P2P trading world, USDT TRC20 is absolute king, without a doubt. Now there are other ones here that are really worth a mention. The second one here is USDT BEP20. That's the Binance Smart Chain blockchain, and it only costs 33 cents, and it's also widely accepted as well. Not as much as USD TRC20, but many people, especially if they're accepting the funds on an exchange, especially Binance, they're going to have no problem accepting USDT BEP20. And that's only going to be 33 cents. And then you got down here Matic, which is also a very, very popular blockchain to send funds on. It's only 20 cents. It's also very well, most people will accept it as well. Most people in the P2P trading community, if you want to buy something online, it's very likely that you can send funds by USDT Matic. And as we go down the list, of course there's ETH, but you're definitely not going to want to consider that. There's other ones that are cheaper, but they're more obscure and people are less likely to use them. Arbitrum, USDT Arbitrum is something that I've never really heard anyone use before. AVAX C Chain is a good one. And by the way, not just for the purpose of P2P trading, another reason why you want to learn how to do these things is because you're going to be swapping funds between exchanges all the time. If you're someone that is, you've got money in cryptocurrency and you want to send it to your off-ramp, to the exchange in which you would eventually sell it for cash and then get it sent to your bank. You've got funds in your cold wallet. You then want to send those funds to your exchange, and then maybe from that exchange, you need to send to another exchange. This is a very common thing. Like there's people where they have multiple exchanges. One for on and off boarding, one just for crypto trading, one is for another thing that does this coin. So if you're going to send transactions regularly, and let's just say you want to send Bitcoin, but you don't want to deal with the transaction fees, sell your Bitcoin and trade it for maybe USDT TRC20, and then send those funds from one exchange to another exchange using this chain, and that's a way to save money. But then you would have to take into account, what the fees are, like when you do spot trading, like on Binance, it's like 0.01%. So if you're going to trade like $20,000 worth of Bitcoin, then those spot fees are going to be higher than whatever fees it would take to just send the Bitcoin and just eat the withdrawal fee. So you've got to maybe do a bit of quick mental calculation, but for relatively small amounts, it's a really good idea to just swap your Bitcoin into USDT TRC20, select a really cheap chain like AVAX C Chain, and then send it to another exchange, provided that other exchange has these other blockchains available. So AVAX C Chain is really good. Whenever I've got the option to send by AVAX C Chain to another exchange, I always do it. But I mentioned the other ones first because it's much less likely than an exchange I'm using outside of the major exchanges is going to use AVAX C Chain. They're much more likely to have TRX. The most likely they're going to have TRX or something like that. So let's scroll down a bit further. There's Solana. That's a bit of a niche thing. I know Solana is very well accepted as well, but I'm just not really involved in the Solana world, so I don't really know how much it's really used. I've never really known anyone in the P2P world that does it, but I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would have no problem. And then as we get down, there's just more and more, and it's not really even worthwhile talking about them. So that's USDT TRC20. And you might be wondering, well, I don't really like USDT as much. Why not USDC? Why not DAI? Why not MIM, one of these other stable coins. The reason why is just because the liquidity is mostly with USDT TRC20, so people are a little less likely to accept USDC, although, you know, if you really wanted to, I'm sure they would accept it. It's just that, you know, if there's less spread, if there's less volume on an exchange trading for a particular thing, then there's more spread, and then the person will have to pay more money. But with USDT, there's so much volume that the spread is basically invisible, if there is any. I'm sure there is, but it's virtually insignificant, right? Whereas if someone wants to receive USDC, and maybe it's on like a smaller, more obscure exchange, and they want to swap their USDC into Ripple, right? Maybe on this particular exchange, there's just not much volume for it. So you want to stick to the methods that have the most volume. So those are the two things I want to recommend first: Binance Pay, and then USDT, and, you know, all the various chains that come along with that, not ERC20. And the second one, the third one that I want to talk about now is actually Litecoin. Litecoin was originally meant as a way for people to trade cheaply. It was supposed to be a good alternative to Bitcoin, where the funds arrived quickly, it was cheap, and it still serves that purpose now. And what you'll find with some of the payment methods, some of the cryptocurrencies that I'm about to bring up, is that they're not. These are the kinds of coins that remain popular because the primary way in which they're used is that, remember I was bringing up that example about how someone might want to send Bitcoin from one exchange to another, but if they just send it directly via Bitcoin, via the Bitcoin blockchain, the fees are just stupid and it takes a long time. So very frequently, maybe a little less now, but for a very long time, what people would do is they would sell their Bitcoin for Litecoin on that exchange, then send the Litecoin from one exchange to another, and then convert that Litecoin back into Bitcoin. And that was a way of greatly reducing the Bitcoin fee. So Litecoin still achieves that end very well. And just to give you an idea about how much that really costs, I mean, look at that here. I don't know if you can see that clearly. So if you send Litecoin, look at that. The fees are practically negligible. So that's 10 cents, 0 cents. So it's like 0.8 cents. It's so tiny. So that's even better than the USDT stuff. Personally, when I am buying something online and I get that drop down menu of all the things that I want to send, personally, I always use Litecoin. USDT is great, but usually when I'm dealing with other people and I just want to make sure that there's something that I just want to select something that I can guarantee they're going to not say no to. Litecoin is, I think, maybe a little more obscure to the average trader, so it's not something I bring up right away, although if I mentioned it, there's a good chance they would accept it. But especially when it comes to vendors online where anything is accepted, Litecoin is where it's at for me. I really like sending Litecoin. I'm not a hodler of Litecoin. I don't recommend it for that, but just purely for the utility of just sending, it's really good. Now the next one is one that I can say has the exact same utilities as Litecoin, and that's Bitcoin Cash. It's very quick and it doesn't really cost much. It's 12 cents, and you know what? Screw Bitcoin Cash. I would much prefer doing Litecoin. However, and it's been a long time since this has been the case, but Bitcoin Cash has a pretty strong trading community, even a decent sized peer-to-peer trading community. There are a number of people that are just straight up Bitcoin Cash maxis, and because of that, there were maybe still, but maybe I think that number's dwindling. There were a number of people that just exclusively accepted and traded Bitcoin Cash, and it wasn't always a bad deal. I mean, if you're in a situation where you just don't want to send Bitcoin, just use with the funds on your exchange, just transfer your Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash, send the funds, and it only costs 12 cents. But for me, it's worth mentioning, but at the same time, I think Litecoin is definitely superior to it. And the last one I want to mention is XRP. Now, the reason why I brought up 3 of these different cryptocurrencies as a means of exchanging, as a means of sending and receiving funds, is because even though they all serve like a similar purpose, and I also like Litecoin the most, the reason why I bring all of them up is because the utility is going to be slightly different depending on what exchange you're sending it to. So for instance, I have a crypto exchange that's very small, and it's usually the place in which I on and offboard funds. So when I send funds like fiat to this exchange, I then have to turn it into cryptocurrency, and then I send it off into like wherever I'm sending it, usually into my cold storage wallet. Now, if on that exchange the Bitcoin fees are high, then I need to turn it into something else. And it might have Bitcoin Cash available, it might have XRP available, or it might have Litecoin available. But of those, only one of I want the one that's got the highest volume, right? Because a really good way to get burned, and I'm going to have to make a video about this in the future, is a really easy mistake to make, especially for newbies, but even for experienced people. They're going to go to a spot exchange, and they're going to sell their crypto on the market, and like the volume is really low, and they just get destroyed on spreads, and it can happen very easily. And this is something you want to avoid. So I bring up 3 of these different coins because each of them have very similar functions, but maybe on a certain exchange, like the one I was mentioning, like with where on and off board funds, on this particular exchange, there's for my particular fiat currency and Ripple, the volume is really good. So I don't have to worry about spread. But if I try and do the same with Litecoin, Litecoin and my fiat currency has such a low volume that if I was to purchase Litecoin with fiat, I would lose tons of money. Same with Bitcoin Cash. But it's going to vary on various exchanges. So you want to decide like which one has the best volume, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, or Litecoin, and then you can make your decision from there. So just as a quick look, let's have a look. XRP, the withdrawal fee is 10 cents. It's only 10 cents. So if you can, my recommendation is use Litecoin. But if the exchange that you're sending it to has like low liquidity, check out Bitcoin Cash. And if not that, then check out Ripple. And the reason why I recommend Ripple as well is just because Ripple is still like, it's a top, I think it's number 7 on CoinGecko. And as a result, you're never going to have a problem with liquidity, and it's cheap. So just a quick rundown: Binance Pay, USDT, TRC20, Solana, what else? Matic, BSC. Thirdly, Litecoin. Fourthly, Bitcoin Cash, and fifthly, XRP. So I hope this video was helpful for you. This channel, just to reiterate, is a channel that's going to help you debank, and to do that effectively, there's a number of skills that you're going to have to learn. So this one is, how to send funds cheaply. But another skill that's just going to be really important is just learning how to trade peer-to-peer. I think that's a very important way to debank. And if you're interested in peer-to-peer trading and you're interested in learning how to debank, make sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you want to get involved in some of the peer-to-peer crypto exchanges, I've left a number of recommendations in my videos and in the description below, where you'll get a referral link to sign up to these various peer-to-peer cryptocurrency exchanges, and you can take advantage of having a more decentralized way of buying and selling cryptocurrency. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.